Yo, GK Nation. GPS. The Grown Folks Podcast.
Oh my God. Welcome to the podcast.
An extension of the Grown Folks Kids Show. Introducing the host with the most, the great gun. Keeping it kid. This is going to be fun. Because I'm Batman.
Yo, what is going on? What is going on? Hey, everybody. Guess what's happening?
We back.
That's right. We are back for season 5.
It's 5?
Yeah, well, because I'm breaking into, about 14, 15 podcasts, because we're still starting off, right? We'll be at this for about 2.5 years. We take breaks. Instead of, continuation of season 4, we're supposed to, let's go season 5. Just keep counting and make it look like we're doing a bunch of seasons, you know what I'm saying? Even though this is podcast number 48 for us, well, actually 50, because, there's a couple we did without, putting it in the number system, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, but for folks out there, we're back.
We're back.
That's right. Grown Folks Kids Shows.
GPS.
And let us
navigate you through our mind.
Because it's a wonderful place to be.
I don't know, man. Not after that Batman. Dude.
Man, after that Batman. Oh, by the way, you listening to Dre. Yeah, I still got it. All right. What about you, man? Who's you?
You know, I would just say I'm the great Gunny, but I think today, Darth Gunny is in the house.
I ain't gonna say Darth Gunny.
Darth Gunny.
All right, man. Hey, what's up? So, today we're going to keep things going. Keep things simple.
Simple?
Yeah, keep it simple.
All right.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
I'm not going to get in talking all kinds of stuff and whatnot. I'm going to keep things simple on this podcast because I am very excited to be back. I'm a little rusty, though. It's been about 4 months since we did a show because I do all that coaching basketball and all that stuff at the high school level.
You're too busy.
Yeah, I get busy in the wintertime. Wintertime, I have to shut things down.
Wintertime, summertime, springtime, fall. You're just busy year-wide.
It's a busy year, but from November to March, I told you I was rusty. November to March, I got to shut things down. December, actually, like first week of December.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got to shut it down for a little bit because basketball gets really busy. All right, high school level. Hey, we did good. We did fine. Next year, we're going to make a run at state. My boys are setting things up. They're going to be college players, maybe be in the NBA one day. My daughter trying to make it to WNBA track and field.
Making money.
Making money, but I'm spending a ton of money. Just spent another $1,000 for a travel team, $750 for my other son. I got to do that for the other son. So I got to come out of pocket a lot of money. But that's with scholarships. But you know what? They're going to be playing all over the country. What about you, man? How you been doing for the last 4 months?
Work. That's it, man. Work.
Working and taking care of kids.
Working and taking care of kids, man.
Taking care of kids.
and keeping the Grown Folk Kids Show afloat.
Yeah.
We got that
he keeps things afloat when
Michael Jackson tournament going on right now.
That Michael Jackson tournament you got going. All right. I'm gonna pick I'm gonna pick. I know we still going through that tournament, man. I'm telling you, it's gonna come down to Billie Jean versus Thriller. Because that's what everyone knows. If you don't know what we're talking about, go on to grownfolkskidshow.com. Go check out our website. And also go check our Facebook page.
Instagram.
Grown Folks Kids Show. You can vote. Go on to Instagram. Just type in Grown Folks Kids Show on Instagram, YouTube. Put on Facebook. I was going to say face paint. On Facebook. You could type those in and it will go to our page and you'll see that tournament. But go to our Instagram site and it's clearly on there. Also, though, for those who are local here in the area, we are on channel 14.
14.
Which means we are being syndicated locally.
Maybe I need to
go in and get my SGA card.
What is that?
You don't know the SAG?
Oh, you mean the SAG card? Oh,
yeah,
maybe
I
gotta
need
hold on. That we ain't there yet. We ain't
I
all
didn't pay
famous
my dues
and stuff like that.
so I can
Hey,
vote.
You can, hey, you waste your money if you won't. You can waste your money, you won't. We ain't there yet. But hey, anyways, world famous worldwide. But anyways, hey,
worldwide.
Yeah, hey, we are ready to do a Batman review. Are you ready to do a Batman review?
The Batman.
You ready to do a Batman review? We're gonna do a
Man,
Batman
let's
review.
do it.
All right, let's get started. Okay.
Me.
First and foremost.
All right, yeah. First and foremost, let's cut to the chase.
Let's cut
Trey.
to the chase.
We're not gonna
Terrible
beat around
movie.
the bush. All right, let's keep it
real.
Let's get
the dumbest Batman movie I ever seen in my life.
Man, don't say that. But let's get to it.
All right, y'all. I was just joking. Oh.
What was let's get the things you didn't like about the movie out of the way.
Didn't like?
Yeah, nothing's perfect.
Okay.
So let's get the things that you didn't like.
You sure
out of
this
the
movie
way.
wasn't perfect? It felt perfect to me.
It wasn't perfect. But let's
All right. Let me put these keys down real quick. Empty these pockets. Okay, let me relax my shoulders real quick.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is what I did. For those who did, this is for those who already seen the movie and you're listening to the show.
Review.
This is nothing but spoilers. I ain't gonna hold nothing back.
So don't get mad.
Don't get mad. Turn this off right now because I ain't holding nothing back.
Spoiler review.
Spoiler review. Okay, now.
Me.
Mr. Brown, I am going to tell you what I didn't like. Oh gosh, you're going to have to start first because I don't
want you piggybacking. I want you to tell me what you didn't like.
Piggyback ribs. No piggyback ribs. All right. So I tell you what. This is what I don't like about the show.
All right.
Okay. Well, and I see why, because I see what Matt Reeves is doing, is that I'm like, okay, when is Bruce Wayne going to show up in this movie? Okay? Mm-hmm. When is Bruce Wayne going to show up in this movie? Now, I know now, especially after I, took some time to watch, what Reeves and everybody was angling for, right? I took some time.
See, you be cheating. I don't want to hear what they got to say.
No, this research.
I don't want to know what they were thinking. I watched the movie.
And as a movie guy, movie buff and all that stuff, I see what he was trying to do. Okay, he knows he already announced early he's going to do a trilogy. So you're going to see the evolution of Bruce Wayne in those three trilogies. And this is the time, year 2, where Bruce Wayne still don't know his limits, don't know the consequences of his choices. He's angry. He's kind of isolated.
I don't want no synopsis. What didn't you like?
That's the thing I didn't like. I was like, okay, it's taking too long. Is he going to be Bruce Wayne? Then I kind of take it back and say, wait a minute, he ain't supposed to be Bruce Wayne right now. Right now, he thinks his world is Batman. Bruce Wayne doesn't exist right now. He's still in the early years of his crime fighting. Bruce Wayne doesn't exist. The playboy billionaire guy doesn't exist right now because he's still fresh off the trauma of his parents is 2 years in. Another thing I didn't like is that it kind of took to the, movies broken into thirds. So we didn't get the actual typical comic book movie villains trying to destroy the whole city type of act into the third act. I was kind of waiting to see when is the Riddler going to take the city hostage? Because all major Batman villains do. I didn't mind the time it took to get to it, but I was kind of like, okay, are we going to get there? So that's one of the few things. What do you think? What is it? Because I really honestly...
So that was the only thing.
Honestly, man, I thought this movie is almost near perfect. But what you got? That's being nitpicky now, people. Trust me. It taking the final third of the movie for Riddler to put the city on the water, I didn't mind that. But it did kind of take a while. Because it was more film noir all the way through. right? Until they find a third, then he stopped noiring a little bit. It became a typical Batman movie. What's up?
Let me drink out of my Batman cup.
All right, go ahead, man.
2 hours and 56 minutes.
All right,
you still ain't turned your phone
on. Oh, that was notifications. What's wrong with that?
That's too long.
That movie felt like
that
it was 2 hours.
movie was too long. That movie could have been
too long.
That movie should have been 2 hours and 22 minutes.
Come on, please. Why?
Because
why you want a 2 hour movie? You want that for 2 hours?
Here why? Because I love the movie. We both went and saw it together, so you know I love the movie. Here's my problem.
Go ahead, man. I gotta hear this.
Here's the nitpick.
Nitpick.
This right here is a nitpick, and then we'll go into it.
Nitpick.
Okay. There was an underutilizing of Andy Serkis in this movie.
Okay.
No. Okay.
All right.
There was an overutilizing of that club.
Disagree.
You disagree? So you think all of that time in the club was necessary?
Yeah, because that's the part where future movies, what's that called? The Iceberg Club or something like that?
Iceberg Lounge?
Lounge, right. Mm-hmm. This is where the Penguin is going to become. This is where the Penguin is going to run his criminal empire. And the purpose of this movie is a Gotham movie, not a Batman movie.
No, that is incorrect.
This is a Gotham movie.
No, it's not a Gotham movie.
This is because you didn't. Movie.
No, because Batman didn't love Gotham. This wasn't about Gotham. This movie.
I'm going to explain why I said that.
You can explain. I don't care about these TV shows and stuff.
We're talking about
the movie.
It's a centerpiece.
Okay, there was too much of the supposed Catwoman.
I do
in the club.
I do agree with you with Andy Serkis. I could use a little more of him
because you could have cut snippets out of there. There wasn't enough Roman.
Okay, go ahead. Ooh.
There wasn't enough Roman in there.
No, who?
Roman. Carmen Falcone, the Roman.
Oh, okay.
Carmen Falcone.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry, you're not
I'm not that hardcore comic guy.
Okay.
Come on, guys. Come on.
There wasn't enough Carmen.
He was nice.
Man, every time he spoke, he was like...
Torino. I can't remember.
John Turturro.
I
think that's Turturro.
My goodness. He took the little bit that he had, which is fine because Carmen Falcone is supposed to be more of a background mob boss. He ain't supposed to be the focal point.
But the problem was he was the focal point of the whole movie.
Oh, what? No.
Oh, we spoiling this movie. No. He was the focal point.
He was the focal point.
The Falcon was the whole focal point. They kept Batman was, the greatest detective. We see him becoming the greatest detective was screwing up.
Gee willikers, people.
The whole thing. So you're telling me he was thinking about a stool pigeon, a bat, totally misread the Riddler's riddle.
Okay, those are the process to figure out what's driving the Riddler to do what he's doing. Like I said,
he's
a piece of the story, but he ain't the focal point.
He was the focal point. Well, because everything revolved around him. His dad dying because of him.
All right.
His dad's turning to the dark side.
Yep.
Because of him.
Okay.
The way Bruce Wayne grew up because of him. Catwoman's upbringing.
His dad didn't turn to the dark side because of him. He turned to him to handle some business.
He turned to him.
And remember, he said...
He turned to Dre, if you ask someone...
This is where we disagree.
If you ask someone someone who's bad to do something for you,
right?
Do you expect them to do bad things or do you expect them to do good things?
You saw that way Andy
That's
Serkis
not what I asked you.
That's what I'm going off what Andy Serkis said. He said he did not expect Carmine.
He didn't want. He didn't say expect.
Right.
He said he didn't
just wanted to scare him. Right?
Right. So he said he didn't want.
He said that was his mistake. He should have known better.
If you ask somebody who's bad to do something.
Right. No, I know. I'm listening.
So
he's not the focal point of the movie.
All right.
He's not even the centerpiece bad guy in the movie. He's part of the story. He's like the driving force behind.
That's the centerpiece bad guy.
We can sit here and say Star Wars, the last 3 episodes, who was the actual focal point in the movie? It was Rey, and Finn, okay? But was Palpatine the focal point in the whole 3 series, or was he just a driving evil force in the background?
He was a throw-in. Let's not even talk about those 3 movies. Those 3 movies have no...
That's the same thing.
No, that's a cookie cutter. That's a cookie cutter trilogy.
Use
you
the
can't
last
do
one.
that.
Forget the 3. Use the last one.
You can't compare the 2 movies. That movie and this movie was written...
It's the exact same thing.
No, it's not. This movie was written to almost perfection. The screenwrite was almost perfect.
So anyways, all right.
But back on that point. Back to my so and it's not this is not a big thing. I'm just thinking that it's too long.
Alfred, though. I agree with you, Alfred.
That what they focused on, if you're not a real Batman fan, you don't catch on.
I can go 4 hours of Batman. That's not too long.
We are Batman fans. Okay, there's a difference.
That's a little biased.
You know how you come at me about how other moviegoers go to like the Eternals and stuff, and how Kevin Feige's going a certain direction. Yeah. Well, with this, people came to see a Bruce Wayne and a Batman movie. They got a Batman movie.
Oh, real? True.
Listen to me.
Real deal Batman movie.
They did get a Batman movie, but they didn't get Bruce Wayne and Batman.
No.
They got Batman.
Yeah, because they're going in different directions.
Made no sense.
And I'll tell you why.
No. I'm the one who told you why.
Told me why about what?
Why Bruce Wayne was the way he was. The problem with the way he did it,
right.
the way they made it is that if you put Bruce Wayne in a lineup, you could have picked him out to be Batman just by his actions alone. He brooded. He was brooding when he was Bruce Wayne. He was brooding when he was Batman. He was brooding when he was talking to Alfred. He was brooding. I understand the man he's vengeance. He wasn't even Batman. He was vengeance.
All right. We're going on and on about it.
No, I'm just saying. You want to know.
We're going on and on
outside of that 10%.
Yeah.
And the last part of the movie.
What?
It went by real quick.
Yeah, the last third when they actually became an actual comic book movie.
Well, not even when it came, because it was a comic book movie the whole way through.
When it switched from the movie 7 to actual DC comic book movie. I enjoyed it.
The ending just was quick. It was, now you got all these guys
the city,
who are going to, he's flooding the city. He's got all these guys who are going to kill.
Which is cool though, because it's something different.
It is cool.
Different. It's different.
But also you had Batman in the sunlight with the army and all that. That kind of ticked me off.
No, man.
See how you say no.
Come on, man.
Batman is not supposed to be up front and out in the open. That's never been a thing. Now, I didn't say that I didn't like the movie, but these are the little things that I don't like.
That is little. That is tiny. That is little.
See?
Because here's the thing. Did you see what he was saying at the end? Why all of a sudden he says, I need to be Bruce Wayne. When that girl grabbed his arm and she didn't want to let him go, and he was sitting there, he said, maybe I need to worry about the people instead of vengeance. Maybe I need to worry about fighting for the city, fighting for the people instead of fighting on my own vengeance and myself.
I told you that this was...
That's what happened at the end. He realized he has to be Bruce Wayne.
You're not listening to me.
What?
Regardless of him having to be Bruce Wayne,
okay,
Batman is not supposed to be out in the open. There's certain things that you can't take from Batman.
Okay, all right, that's okay. All right. But you're trying to tell a story in the movie.
I get the telling the story, but that didn't have to be a part. You didn't have to see that part.
Why not?
You didn't have to see Batman.
All the Batman movies
out there.
Every last
You've
Batman
never
movie
seen a Batman movie where he helped people out and brought them to the ambulance, and people were there, and no military person who's never been in
the Dark Knight series. And you saw that
when was he during the day Batman?
Well, not during. I mean, during the day. And that wasn't during the day. That was during the dawn. That was in the morning, dawn, and dusk.
During the day.
The light just barely came up.
The Coast Guard was out there.
That wasn't during the day. That wasn't 12 o'clock, 1 p.m. That was like 6 in the morning.
No, that was during the
getting up.
Batman is supposed to be at night.
Nitpicking. All right, y'all, we're going too far in the nitpick world.
No, this ain't nitpick.
So here's the thing.
Why is that nitpick?
Here's the thing. All right. So those are his reasons. I think the only thing I agree on that one is Alfred could have used a little bit more.
It's a waste of Andy Serkis.
No, it's not. No. It was designed this way on purpose.
God, here you go.
It was designed this way on purpose.
Because I'm apologist for anything that's
patient.
wrong.
No, it's not.
This has nothing to do with patience.
It has a lot to do with patience.
All right.
It has a lot to do. You know why it has a lot to do with patience? Because why do you think he announced he's going to do a trilogy right off the gate?
No one cares about that, Dre. We talking about the movie right now.
No, I know. No,
this has nothing to do with patience in his trilogy because his next movie is going to be about Arkham Asylum. Batman stuck in Arkham Asylum.
Well, we'll see. Maybe.
Because
hopefully
that's what he said.
I think I want to wait till the third one for that one.
But
we'll see.
I'm just trying to tell you.
We'll see. But no, I'm saying why I'm mentioning trilogy is because through each movie, he's going to take his time developing these characters. He's not. So here's the thing, Charles. He has to reintroduce Batman back into the lore of the movie world. Okay, he's guy number 3 on the list. Okay, Matt Reeves is the 3rd person to take it under his helm. Actually, the 4th person. Tim Burton. What's that second guy? Schumacher, wherever his name was.
He don't count.
Well, I mean, the Riddler one was cool. Listen, that third one was cool. The Batman, the Riddler. All right, and Christopher Nolan. Okay, and if you really want, what's his name? Snyder. So Matt Reeves is actually number what? How many I just counted? Number
Snyder.
5.
Snyder didn't get no Batman movie.
He did the Batman versus Superman. That's Batman movie.
God,
that was Batman.
We are not bringing that movie.
You have to. Snyder. Matt Reeves is the 5th person that gets to take on his take on the Batman. So he's got to do it differently. And if you watch Cloverfield, Planet of the Apes. Everything he's done, he does it from an alternate perspective. Instead of from the monster perspective of destroying the city like every 100 movies there is, in Cloverfield, he did it from the victim standpoint.
That has nothing to do with this movie that we're talking about.
And if you be patient, you can't say it has nothing to do with it if I finish making the point.
You just said it was from the monster's point of view.
I'm telling about Matt Reeves' direction. Okay. Patience, man. Come on, man.
This has nothing to do with patience.
It does.
You're just jumping what I said.
I didn't jump
because you want to defend Matt Reeves just like you defend Nolan. Those two guys I can't ever talk bad about.
Defend Nolan? What I'm defending Nolan about?
You always, because I can't stand that third Nolan Batman movie.
You can't stand.
I can't stand
because you make statements like that. I mean, you make it act like it was horrible.
No, I didn't say it was horrible. But I can't stand it.
That's too strong language.
There's too many plot holes in it for me.
So back to what I was saying. Matt Reeves, he's the 5th person to take on his take with Batman. Like Cloverfield and all those. Like I use Cloverfield as an example so people can understand what I'm saying. And that is, instead of the monster destroying
everybody
the city,
didn't see Cloverfield.
I know everybody. That's why I'm explaining to people who didn't see it. So this is what Cloverfield was a monster, just like all the monster movies attacking the city. Mm-hmm. But instead of the monster perspective and then people trying to bring in the military to beat the monster head on like Godzilla, it was more from the people who's hiding in the houses and running and trying to get underneath. He did it an alternative perspective. That's why it was Raven. Okay, that's why it got world views. So, same thing with the Planet of the Apes. Instead of the Charlton Heston's perspective, the man, how come the apes are taking over the world? Now we're looking from the apes' perspective and how all this stuff went down. He grounds everything, and he gives you an alternate perspective.
There was no alternate perspective.
What he's trying to do,
movie.
It was an alternate perspective.
This was from Bruce Wayne's perspective.
It was an alternate perspective, reading from him himself. Is an alternate perspective of this. Mm-hmm. This was about Gotham. How these characters came out, how Gotham created these characters instead of these characters being part of Gotham. how the darkness of Gotham, that's why you want the Iceberg Lounge. How the crime of the city, the trauma that Gotham has caused on these families, how these politicians are
need to watch
because
the movie
they're trying
again,
to revenge.
Because you want to follow his, but that's not what put out.
Okay. Well, anyway, so what's the things you like about this? We're not going to agree with it because I'm actually...
Because you don't want him to have a bad movie.
No.
You forgot about Under Siege 2 and The Yards.
I'm talking about his direction. And from
that's
his
what I'm talking about.
From his own mouth, he said, this is why I did it. So that's why I'm saying...
he didn't translate it on the screen that way.
You're one of a few people who said that.
Man, no, I'm not.
All right.
But okay,
anyway,
let's get back to it.
Let's get back to it because we ain't going to agree on that. See, I'm talking from a filmmaker perspective. And that's why I'm...
Well, people aren't filmmakers. They're fans. They're Batman
are the
fans.
ones who are telling the story.
And if he don't tell the story correctly, we're supposed to call him out.
All right. So what's the things you like about it?
I like the Batmobile.
The best thing ever.
An electric Batmobile.
Well, stop. Don't go that far on it.
I didn't jump off of it. I'm explaining the Batmobile.
No, stop. Right there.
You asked me a question.
No, stop. Time out. Please explain to the audience how sick the entrance of the Batmobile was.
Oh, no. Matt Reeves, whoever Matt Reeves cinematographer, who was this? I'm going to look that up. Whoever that cinematographer was.
He had pressure on him too, by the way.
He needs a raise. He needs to be on everybody's cinematography movie. Because my gosh, the way he brought that car in as it was a character in the movie.
A character. The car itself.
It had a short run, maybe 4 minutes.
The best 4 minutes you're going to see in the movie.
It was the best entrance of a vehicle.
That was the best 4 minutes. That whole freeway scene is the best.
No matter what you will look, whether it was Optimus Prime or just like it was the Dukes of Hazzard,
just like the second Matrix movie.
Anything.
What was the best part of the second Matrix movie? The freeway scene. Remember?
I don't think that was the best part of the movie. But
that's why everybody that was raved because of the whole freeway. Because the rest of the movie was kind of just like talk, blah, 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 blah. Yeah.
I love how the car became a character in its short period of time.
A character?
It became a character.
I thought it was going to go to Knight Rider and start talking.
That car...
He could just start talking.
It was an electric engine with some kind of jet fuel turbine.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And it's the sound of the car.
And this he kept that sound the whole way through the
sound
scene.
Of the car.
It just, you felt it in the theaters. That is, ladies and gentlemen, the best Batmobile ever. I told Charles,
that's hurting my feelings.
I told Charles, just the 15, 20 second intro, I was already sold. I mean, just that alone. Then Charles had to calm me down and say, okay, well, let's see. Hold on. And then halfway through the chase, he said, okay, this is the best Batmobile
scene.
Oh, yeah. I got you. And then, boom. Oh, man. See, the commercials only give you a piece, but the rest of that is insane.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. You know who I like?
What did you like?
Listen, another cool thing about this movie is that we wasn't so hyper-focused. You came in, the whole world came in to want to see Twilight Boy being Batman. Is he buff enough? If he's good? He did an excellent job. He did exactly what Matt Reeves wanted him to do in that type of role. Now, but let's see, his moment of shine is going to be the second movie. Now let's see what happens there. But this movie here, go ahead.
No, go on. Finish what you're saying.
No, for real. I'm just saying that he this was good for him to be the emo, isolative, because, he's still young, fresh, pissed off, angry, and he needs to figure himself out. This was perfect, and he plays those type of roles really well. Maybe that's why he selected him, but he did he played a good Batman, okay, but two things that stands out in this movie. The chemistry between him and Catwoman, the best I've seen, period. It's like natural. It just felt that like between MJ and Peter Parker, Zendaya, and Tom Holland. Natural chemistry. Or even the second, Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone was perfect. Oh, they have the best chemistry. But this was on that level, and oh my goodness, the few scenes that Colin Farrell had, he stole the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to see Penguin in the next. I'll watch him in all three of them. That's how good it is. And I'm not a Penguin fan. I am not a Penguin fan.
I can see that.
I am not a Penguin fan. I do not like Penguin.
If you read the comic books, you would like it.
Well, I mean, even if
you get away from the 70s and early 80s hokey fat penguin that waddles around and is a clown kinda. Yeah. Once you get into the
even in the cartoon, I really didn't care for him.
No, I'm talking the comic books. If you get into the 90s and all, where they mature him,
right,
and they make him a mob boss,
yeah,
where he's scary not because he physically looks scary, but because of how he runs business,
and that's the direction they're gonna go,
and that's a good thing.
That is a good thing, but picking Colin Farrell is a whole different level. I mean, this dude took this pick. First of all, this is the best Hollywood, one of the best Hollywood makeup jobs ever in all-time history. Where I was watching the interview with Colin Farrell, he said it was so astonishing that his kid freaked out when he approached him when he had all his stuff and he was talking to that, like he couldn't recognize him.
Oh yeah,
and not just appearance, his voice he used.
Well, no, he sounded like Colin Farrell.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
He does, because Colin Farrell's Irish. He used to
I know he's
Irish,
but if you watch a lot of his, he uses that New York a lot. So it's there. He does great things.
Yeah,
I'm not going to take away from his thing.
Like
I loved the Penguin.
Oh my gosh,
I loved the Penguin.
Oh, hey, what are you talking about? What is that? What are you showing me? What he was just like, oh my gosh. I just like, you know what, man? This Penguin's going to steal it next time.
Greg Fraser. That's the cinematographer.
Yeah.
I just had to shout him out.
He's famous.
His name is. No, I don't care if he's famous. I just wanted to get his name on there.
Yeah, that dude.
Because we were talking about him.
That dude, and the guy that sent him the score. How do you follow Hans Zimmerman? Hans Zimmerman.
You be original. That's how you follow anyone.
He plugged in a little bit. Would you say a little bit of that?
Oh, the Dark Knight, the Batman the animated series.
He put a little bit into his score.
He put that in.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was awesome.
All right, and what else?
What else
What else was so good about it?
Oh, the best character in the whole movie.
Right.
Fear.
That's right. Because even Batman was operating out of it.
Fear was the best character in the whole movie.
Okay, explain this. Okay, I'm intrigued.
From the very
we're gonna start wrapping this up.
From the very beginning, when they had him narrate and they showed the bat symbol, and then everybody who saw the bat symbol,
best opening,
the fear came into them where they couldn't even walk into a dark alley. Because of the fear of Batman.
Gosh, every time they saw anything dark at alley, they got afraid. And he finally walked out of the shadow.
And then the footsteps. You always heard. It didn't matter where you was in the movie. You heard Batman walking. You didn't see him, but you heard
his footsteps.
Now that's going to have to go away because Batman's supposed to be ninja-like. So, but in the beginning,
because this
right here
Batman. Right.
shows that they used fear of reputation,
right,
to put him down and make him to make the Dark Knight vengeance.
And it made that bat symbol like where they will look up and they put things down and then they look into the shadows to see if he's coming. They made Batman because listen, Matt, this is why I'm a major Matt Reeves fan. I'm gonna tell you, he's one of my favorite. Him and Christopher Nolan are my two favorite directors. Okay. Because they tell the story so well through cinematography, and because I want to be a filmmaker, so I'm inspired to do things like that. How they tell the stories, like he used the shadows to depict Batman coming from the shadows, and it makes the bat symbol even that more nostalgic and scary at the same time. It's like semi-horror he's got in this movie, right? And so I tell you, you're right, man. That fear, I mean, that's and then I'm glad that Matt Reeves was a fan of Fincher or whatever the guy named who made those 7 movies.
The movie 7?
Yeah, it's 7. And those other movies like that. I'm glad he's a fan of that because people, you're watching 7 meets The Watchmen.
It's a PG-13 7.
It's a PG-13 7 meets The Watchmen. Total Rorschach going on there, and then they're in film noir, which the beginning starts off like that. I was sold. Okay, this is either going to be the second best Batman movie or the best Batman movie. Just the first 2 minutes alone. The best opening in all-time Batman movie to me still has to be Batman Rises when the airplane scene.
Okay.
To me, that's the best part of the movie. Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, that's the best part of the movie.
Okay.
After that, it kind of like and the Bane fight scene. Other than that, there's kind of only 2 scenes in that movie.
Here's where Matt Reeves did it for me.
Hey, yo, this is Trey Irvin from the Grown Folks Kids Shows, GPS, with my co-host, the man with the golden mic, the great Gunny. Check out our hot and upcoming weekly podcast. We talked about comic books, comic book movies, games, sports, wrestling, music, entertainment, social issues. I guess that means we're a variety show for all of you. So pick your favorite podcast platform, type in Grown Folks Kids Shows GPS, subscribe and follow. Cause we be grown, but we keep it kid.
What's up?
Because he took us for a swerve.
Yep.
In the very beginning. Because when we saw it, we saw a man. And then it was a big house. And then we saw a little kid with a Zord with a ninja costume. And you could have sworn that, we're looking at Thomas Wayne and Martha Wayne. And we're about to see the origin all over again. Yep. I was like, if this is what I'm going to get, I'm walking out right now because I don't need to know.
I see a stupid other origin story. Can we do like
I
we did in
didn't need
Spider-Man?
to see an origin story. And he swerved us. And from that swerve, the movie was was almost a continuous go.
That's why I said I love this movie, man.
So the movie, I cannot get mad at this movie.
To me, it's a
Zoe Kravitz.
Oh,
awesome.
She killed it.
Zoe Kravitz.
She's still the second best Catwoman, but she's.
Oh yeah. She was the Eartha Kitt.
She's the Eartha Kitt.
I know.
She killed it so good.
Let me stop right here.
And she was becoming Catwoman, by the way. She's still not fully Catwoman.
Well, she called herself the Cat at the end.
Right. So she was evolving. It was kind of her origin story.
Right. So
we did get an origin story.
I want to get this rant out.
Right.
For all you simpletons out there ranting and raving about having a black Catwoman or a black goth Commissioner Gordon.
What kind of where were you at on? What are you reading?
See, this is what I'm talking about. You
what are you reading? We read in different areas.
I'm not reading. I'm seeing it happen.
Okay.
You don't get on the internet as much as I do.
No, I've been on the internet since all day and all night after the movie.
People have been doing this since the movie started, before the movie came out.
Well, yeah, I mean,
they act like there wasn't a black Catwoman.
Okay, you can. So, see, you take. Listen.
No, because they're still dedrained.
If it was such a big rave about that would have made further than the few corners on the internet.
It was more than a few corners.
Because I haven't heard.
I'm on all the Batman.
People,
I'm on all the Batman pages, and I hear and see it. Okay. I'm on all the Batman pages. You like to give your fellow man too much benefit of the doubt.
Okay, all right.
Just like the Lord of the Rings, that they're mad that there's black elves. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But hey, all right, that was my only rant because But like I said,
you know how I am about Hollywood pacification.
You're right, but I mean, an elf. That's not even a pacification. It's an elf.
It don't matter. Is there white Klingons and black Klingons, ain't it?
That's what I thought. So they don't make. The
Klingons start off. They start off black or something like that, right?
You couldn't tell they were aliens.
You can't tell, really, right? The same thing with the elves.
Yeah, they're elves. But
okay.
Let me get off of that. What I'm saying is that all of this stuff starts to make sense because remember they were mad that there was going to be a black Batgirl movie. Because the girl who's playing Batgirl is black.
Yeah.
But it makes sense now. Because Commissioner Gordon is black.
But that's a different universe.
No, that goes with this movie. That Batgirl goes with this movie.
What are you talking about?
Her dad is the Commissioner Gordon.
Okay, but that's not part of the same universe.
The same Commissioner Gordon.
I know what you're saying.
Is playing her father. So that Batgirl
the
movie,
same actor is playing him in that woman show, television show.
Yeah. No, it's a movie. The Batgirl movie, not the Batwoman.
Oh, okay. Well,
you're thinking of Batwoman
on CW.
Batgirl.
Okay.
I'm talking about the movie.
The movie's trash. Show is
the show is trash.
It's terrible.
But the movie, it makes sense. You know.
Well, yeah, because this
Commissioner Gordon right here.
Back to 7.
This Commissioner, man,
Morgan Freeman,
this was Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt.
Yep, back to 7.
That's all this was.
Now, that's another twist. See, I told you, Matt Reeves he's doing the
man,
alternate.
Stop.
So the thing about it is, listen. The thing about it is, this was the best part. This is probably the best piece of James Gordon I've ever seen in any movie, because now we get to finally see his.
You get to see him be
and how
James
he works
Gordon.
well with this Batman.
Mm-hmm.
You see, and they can grow together by the third movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so and he's going to need Arkham Asylum, because that's what we all waiting for is Arkham Asylum.
Well, all I'm going to say
that's
is
all we waiting for. Really, because that's the only way you can go.
No, you know what?
What?
I had this revelation last night.
Batman 3 though, not 2 though.
I had this revelation last night.
All right, what's up?
Because if you watch the movie, they're either going to go Cataclysm, the No Man's Land.
Well, he did say he's going to tap into Mr. Freeze, possibly.
Listen, okay. They either got to go Cataclysm and No Man's Land.
All right.
Because of what happened with Gotham. Gotham was flooded. It's destroyed.
Flooded. So
they got to rebuild.
They got to rebuild.
And they got to use Bruce Wayne with the money.
Right.
But as they're rebuilding, they still have to fight crime. That was the same thing that happened with Cataclysm and No Man's Land. Or they can go the way that they were talking and Arkham Asylum. And you know why I was saying that? Because last night when I got home, I usually get home and I, chill out, eat a little something, and then play Assassin's Creed. I didn't play Assassin's Creed. You know what I played?
What?
Arkham Asylum.
Yep, I knew he was going to say that.
And that is what this movie is. It's basically the video game on screen. No, it's the video game on screen.
Right.
Because the Batman Arkham Asylum is like 5 games long.
Right.
But I'm just saying that video game is that movie.
No,
if you're a fan of that video game,
it's going to go to 2 places.
You'll be a fan of that movie.
It's going to go to eventually. I don't think by the second movie, because he's still got to do some more character development. And we need a little more. And that's another thing. I love this version of Gotham. Like Gotham was in the spotlight in this movie. Like you saw Gotham in and out, and it actually felt like New York.
It was New York.
It felt like New York.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, it felt like not a stage set,
not Pittsburgh.
It didn't feel like a stage
not
set.
Chicago.
Right.
This was
it felt
Gotham.
like true Gotham, New York, downtown.
Manhattan.
Brooklyn, oh my
the
gosh.
Bronx. Yeah.
It was beautiful. This is, to me, that's why I said it's a Gotham movie more than it's a Batman movie, because what it's doing is showing you how Gotham, I think he just went right out of the television series. And the television series, listen, I was one of the first ones who didn't like it, because I was like, I don't want to go 4 or 5 seasons waiting for him to become Batman.
Oh, you mean Gotham?
Boring.
I loved Gotham.
How boring is that? And then I started watching in pieces and pieces of it and hearing the praises it gets, and then
I told you Gotham was bomb.
It's because it tells you how Gotham shapes the commissioners, the DAs, how it shapes the citizens, how Gotham presses people to either. It's like Gotham is a place where you either join the dark side or you have to make a choice of stay on the light. If you're gonna make a choice, you can't go in between. And Batman is the guy who flirts in between, and he stays off that totally, So this is what I'm saying. It's because we got to wrap this up by saying, all right, what's your star review? What's your final review? What stars you get it out of 5 stars? Would you give it? Before you get there,
5.
We'll go. All right,
7.
7. Oh, that's right. You the 7-star. Like 7-star matches. 7-star. You're right. So out of 7 stars, before we get you on your take on that, his Gotham was the centerpiece of this movie, which is great. it takes the pressure off him.
I disagree with you.
It takes that's the focal. I says the focal is it takes, and it's good to do that because it takes the pressure off of Matt Reeves to try to create a better Batman than the other, Christopher Nolan, because that's what he's really was going against. And he's a fan of his. It takes the pressure off Twilight Boy trying to live up to Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck. It takes the pressure off Catwoman. It takes the pressure off all these other characters. If you focus on Gotham and how Gotham out of the shadows build this whole stage, which is going to lead to either Arkham Asylum, which we all want, and I think that's the only direction you got left after you introduce a character that needs to be redone. And I think the last one is Mr. Freeze, or he might just save him for Arkham Asylum. Okay,
just might not do Mr.
No, he's going to do it. He's going to take the challenge of it. Or we're going to the Owl Society, because they have.
You mean the Court of Owls?
The Court of Owls. Sorry, the Court of Owls. Because they have 100-something year history of Gotham. And, you talking about Carmen Falcone being the back end. They're the back of the back ends of the back ends, right? They're the one percenters, right? And that's a dude that's on the level with Batman and fighting and all that stuff. I'd love to see the Court of Owls. I don't know if they'll
do that because they didn't make Cobblepot a rich person.
Well, they can always flip the how they do it in the movies. But
I know, but
I'd love to see that.
He
might be rich off the streets.
No. All right. So the Court of Owls, he made Gotham based off of Bruce Wayne's and Martha Wayne's family.
And he introduced the Arkham family.
That was Martha Wayne. She was the daughter of the Arkham. She was an Arkham. So it's basically
Arkham's and Wayne's.
Two aristocratic families coming together to make a city. Right. That's basically what happened.
Right. And I think the Court of Owls I'd love to see the Court of Owls. I don't know if I want to see or let's do this. Maybe we'll have Arkham and somehow the Court of Owls are responsible for that.
We'll see. I don't know, because
it's going one or two ways.
We got to see how they do it. One or two because ways. The Court of Owls has, it was the 7 rich families of Gotham. Right. And there's only 2 in this. They made it that these 2 families
or the
founded
architects
Gotham.
Of it. Yeah,
they were the founders.
And so stars. Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Okay. Well, we do stars, but before we wrap it up, we got to give old boy some credit, because we didn't talk about it.
Who?
Paul Dano.
Oh.
We didn't talk about it.
How did we do this whole thing without
talking about the whole movie without talking about the Riddler?
About the second best villain.
Oh, man, that's hard, man.
Who's better than him?
You said second.
Second best.
I'm struggling.
I almost put him over Heath Ledger.
I'm struggling.
I was like, is this a LeBron James, Michael Jordan argument? Because
I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling.
Was on that.
Outside of Heath Ledger, and I kind of put Heath Ledger in a certain. Heath Ledger gets a extra push because he died.
Well, he didn't get it. I don't want to be that unfair to Paul Dano.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So Heath Ledger gets this extra push because he died.
Right.
Because we don't know how his Joker would have arced.
Well, I'm just for the performance.
As this first performance, it was unfair to put him in the first movie.
I'll tell you this. Emotionally, when I got done seeing the movie, I put Paul Dano as the best actor villain in the Batman movie. Then when I went home, slept on it, woke up this morning.
You was like,
start remembering how The Dark Knight made us feel too, because honestly, he was the centerpiece of that movie, right? Trying to make Batman reveal himself through chaos. Then I said, okay, all right, is this a LeBron James versus Michael? Is this Tyson Fury versus Muhammad Ali? Is this 1A, 1B, or is this truly 1 and 2? Or are they just separated by a couple votes and they're so far ahead of everybody else? Them two have their own wing. I would say that Heath Ledger narrowly.
Can't say
narrowly.
Dude, Paul Dano was
he was awesome.
good. Oh
he was
my
so
gosh,
good.
he was so good.
He was. I'm not taking this away from him. You're not getting it. I'm not taking it away from him.
Oh, the Zodiac Killer. How he used his voice.
But the embodiment of what Heath Ledger did as Joker.
Yeah. Because honestly,
and it's not fair.
Honestly,
for Paul,
he set the standard.
Right. It's not fair for Paul because the only thing we had to go on for the Riddler
was Jim Carrey.
And then old boy dude that played in the Addams Family.
I don't know, but
for the TV show.
But Paul Daniel, people. Let me tell you something, people. This dude,
he was awesome.
He terrifies you and excites you at the same time. This dude was actually terrifying in the movie. Riddler was terrifying.
This movie should have been a rated R.
He didn't become the Riddler that we're used to seeing until the very, very, very end when he's already locked up.
He didn't even become that Riddler. The Riddler we're used to is just a happy-go-lucky jokester that wants money.
Well, yeah, and it's kind of crazy and it's just weird. He didn't.
That's what Jim Carrey gave us.
Right, but he became that after the movie was over, and kind of in the Arkham scene when he was talking to people. Some people either Joker or Two-Face.
He was talking to the Joker. He was the Joker.
He's going to be the new Joker. But Paul Dano. Oh my gosh, this was one of the best Batman villain, and which I expected because it's Paul Dano. You know, I'm like, this dude, they picked him to do this. Oh, Heath Ledger's going to be in trouble a little bit here because I'll tell you this, he's second best by a wide margin. There's no one near close to him.
No. There's no one. There's no, he like
no one. Number three is far away. It's an ocean away.
And the look. There's nothing wrong with being number two.
The look.
But he's number two by a lot. Like number three is like
it's specific to the Japan. Okay,
his number three is like is like the moon.
Hawaii to LA.
No, number three is like the moon. There's no one next. Who's next? It's a Goldberg moment. Who's next? No one.
Charles keep getting on me because I'm such a Matt Reeves junkie, but the next villain is going to be dope because he doesn't fool around when it comes. Even in his Planet Apes movies. Look at it like Woody Harrelson.
Paul
Woody Harrelson.
It was not fair to make him the first villain. It set the tone, but it's not fair because
no. I would slightly disagree with that. You know why? Because he had Colin Farrell there who killed it, and he had what's his name, John
Toretto.
Right, but no one played those mob bosses in any of these movies. It's like, whatever. This dude took that and made it look like he was a major villain.
He looked like he was straight out the comic.
Straight up.
Glasses, voice. That was the voice
he took the low-level villain.
Oh, he wasn't a low-level villain.
Well, he wasn't, but when you do it in the movies, he is. And he made him just as big as the main characters. Because the actor they chose 7, you talking about 7 stars, Charles. They chose 7-star actors in every role.
No, I get you.
You can't go wrong.
I get you.
So Paul Daniel.
And another thing.
Just do the exact same thing in Batman 2.
That's
do the same
hard.
thing.
It's going to be hard.
No, get the right people.
It's going to be the second movie. Well, I take that back. The second movie it's the third movie that's going to be hard.
The third movie is going to be hard.
The second one's going to be even doper. Right. All right. So, here's the deal.
Stars.
The stars.
Yeah, because we got to wrap it up.
I'm going to give the stars, but I do want to say, I want to give a congratulations to Warner Brothers for being bold enough to allow Matt Reeves to make,
dude alone.
Not even to leave him alone, but to make a movie
Go
like
get his coffee for him.
You know?
Get his coffee from him. Hey, Mr. Reeves, what kind of coffee would you want us to give you?
They let him make a movie that wasn't typical for your Batman fan.
Actually, I don't want to see you join the DCEU. Because, see, that's what separates DC from Marvel. You don't always have to interconnect all of them.
You don't. No, you don't.
Keep the Batman. Keep Ben Affleck and them and that DCEU. But let this be. We know there's a multiverse, so let it be in its own thing. You don't have to. Marvel took 20 years to do what they do. You can't catch up like that.
So just be cool.
Just make movies.
Just make movies.
That's
all we want.
But that's what we've been saying.
Yeah.
It's just make movies. Either follow the blueprint and take your time,
right,
or just make movies.
Shoot, 15 years from now, if you want to bring the anti-monitor and all that stuff in
no, I don't want to hear that. I don't want that.
And collide and put them in one single timeline.
I'll be too old. I don't want that.
Yeah,
I'll have a heart attack.
Yeah.
They bring the anti-monitor.
Yeah, do all that. You can do that, but
no,
just create your own
try
movies.
for me to die in a movie.
Just create your own movies.
Just let them create their own movie.
I want to get this done before the hour mark.
Oh man, we at the hour mark.
Almost.
I'm giving it 6.5.
You could give it a perfect 7.
I can't. No, I don't think I've given any movie a. Have I given a movie?
This movie is almost perfect.
This is a 6.5. I'm giving
the cool thing about this movie,
I give it a 6.5 because I really do think it was too long.
I'm going to give it. Andre Irvin wants to give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it a 7. Forget it. I'm giving it a 7.5. I'm giving it a 7.5.
Oh.
Okay, listen. I will give the extra half because here's why. Because like I said, I'm a Matt Reeves junkie.
He's riding.
I am.
He's riding the emotional coattails right now.
Emotional coattails right now. Give me a week and I might change it, but because I'm gonna see it again. I'm gonna take the woman to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is because I am a mental health and wellness person. Okay. I got degrees in film and degrees in mental health and wellness. And what Matt Reeves did is he combined both. What he did was film noir was perfect. We were crying for it. This is a new generation of movie watchers. I think things are changing because social media is slowing down a little bit with the social media apps and the TikToks and all that. Now things are kind of slowing down for a second. People are starting to get a little more focused. But the thing is, the way to keep people's attention is between action scenes because we are in a world that we need to get stimulated and we got to have our neurotransmitter firing at all times. So there's times in the movie you can't just be action the whole time. This is not John Wick. Okay.
No, John Wick isn't action all the whole time. Right.
So you have to the transporter or something. You have to have these in between times to explain and set up characters and do story. The film noir is the best way to do it because the story, you're being told a story. It's like you're being read a book at bedtime. And it is capturing your man. It's like you're listening to an audio book. And I'm like, oh man. Oh, when he did that, when it first started off like that, I said, this is what this is gonna be? Oh, I'm in. That's what I liked about Watchmen. The story was cool, but I love the Rorschach narration, right? So it kept me in the movie the whole time. So I give it a 7 stars. The alternate take of going in a different direction than most typical superhero movies and focusing on Gotham shaping these characters instead of characters shaping the movie set called Gotham. And the Gotham's standing out. Stand up, Gotham. You know what I'm saying?
Give me your stars again.
Oh, I said 7.5. 7.
7 stars?
7 stars.
All right. 7 stars.
All right, people. So, hey, thanks for listening to us. I still feel like we didn't do Paul Daniel justice.
We didn't do the movie justice because we didn't really get into it.
No, we did get into it.
We didn't really get into it. It was a 3-hour movie. And we stuck. We didn't get into how good Chloe was. We didn't really get into how good Pat.
We did get into a little
Paul
bit.
Dano.
We expound on Paul Dano.
We didn't really go into how good that Alfred was in the movie. His portrayal and how he helped him. We're about to close it out.
We're going to close it out.
Come back.
We got 2 more minutes before
we'll come
the hour.
back.
Listen, Alfred played a perfect role just a little bit. He gave us a tease that
he's a man that
took care of.
Did you think he was dead?
No, he wasn't.
This was the first time I actually thought they killed Alfred.
Oh no!
You know why?
Why?
Because he had to have his Uncle Ben moment, and Alfred was his Uncle Ben moment.
No,
Alfred would have been his uncle, but we saw his Uncle Ben moment.
No.
His Uncle Ben moment was his Aunt May moment. Let me take that back. He got his Aunt May moment.
Yeah. No, I didn't think he was going to die because...
Man, they made it seem... Because
he needed to connect to Alfred. Like, this guy's been my father figure this whole time. You'll still put... You're not my dad. That was a new take. And now it's
not new. It just isn't shown very often.
Batman never said that in any of the Batman movies.
Yeah, in the movies. But,
that's what I'm saying, in the movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's something that wasn't taken, but
that's a new take.
There was a
he's
time.
He's still a kid. You're not my dad. And then he's like, this dude is the guy who's been actually fighting for something I actually care about. And that was a good evolution of it. Alfred did this. He did exactly what he's supposed to do. I think Alfred's going to be even bigger in the next movie. He has to be. Because Alfred was trying to push him to be Bruce Wayne, and he wouldn't do it. Alfred is the reason why Bruce is able to be Bruce Wayne. Alfred understands the importance of the family legacy, and that's why I say second movie we're going to see the appearance of Bruce Wayne. So Bruce Wayne didn't show up in this movie to the very end when he had to be.
But it wasn't because of Alfred.
Maybe Alfred's right. Maybe I do got to protect his family legacy. Maybe I need to be Bruce Wayne. Now I need to care more about that and care about my emo feelings, about how I'm pissed off and angry at everything.
It wasn't Alfred, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, Cal
7 for you.
Yeah,
6.5 for me.
All right. Well, anyways, hey, guys, remember, go to grownfolkskidshows.com.
Go see this movie. Pay for it.
Pay for it.
Don't wait until it comes on HBO Max in 45 days. Go pay for it.
Go do it. If I was HBO Max, I would not even show up for 3 months.
They got you. They
3 months.
That's
I wouldn't show up for 3 months and make y'all go to see it and pay your money because you're doing it this justice. Sticking to the TV set on that. Because you can't feel the footsteps coming out the shadows at home. I don't care what kind of sound system you have.
I don't know, man. My surround system's pretty good.
I don't care. All right. Hey, peace. Hey, this next time, same bad time.
Man, look, you're trying to get us canceled.
Nah, don't be hitting that. We're still fresh.
Just GPS.
All right. Hey, peace out.